Hello, I'm Mrs. Carl and I'm here with Sight and Sound Reading. And I want to talk to you for just a minute about the vowels. You know, learning to read is reading with sight words, but so much of it is phonics. And it's important. Phonics is very, very important in learning to read. It is the one thing that so many children struggle with, especially in the very beginning. But some of them, even as they go on, the phonics is very difficult for them. Just think of yourself if you were trying to learn Chinese or German. You know, it isn't easy, right? Okay, so we have to do it in an order, in an orderly way, very slowly for them. And I promise you, if you do it that way, they will catch on. All right. Sometimes, you know, they say children are sometimes sight learners, or they're visual learners, or they're hearing learners. You know, but all right. But they have to still live in the world of everything. So we have to do the phonics very slowly. And one of the ways that I try to do it slowly is by taking one vowel sound at a time. And with that vowel sound, I exhaust it, all right? I might have it with them for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it takes for that child or that class. I don't go on to another vowel sound until they have got that vowel sound. Because once they pick that vowel sound up and they know how to sound blended and they know words with that, then the next vowel sound that we get becomes a lot easier, and it goes on, and eventually they really are phonetic learners. I promise you that. That's one thing I will say in all of my years of experience. If you do it slow enough, if you do it where they're not confused by having so many vowels to work with, that's the way we're going. And so that's the way I approach it. What I start out with is the short A, the ah, all right? And you're going to see on our website, if it's either up there now or there's going to be a lot more put up with the short A, the ah. I want them to know that ah backwards and forwards. I use it in the word ladders. They will sound out the words with the short A, the ah. They will write the words and spell the words, and it's so important. Please, please keep them on short A. Don't go to another vowel sound until they've got that down pat. The short A is what we're going to start with. Here are your vowels, all right? A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. We are going to start with the short A. Now, I know there's long vowels. There's vowels that are like all. The A is going to say a different sound like in the word all. There's all of that, all right? And that doesn't mean that we can't teach them those words. I'm talking about when you're working with them with the phonics. Make sure that they are so strong in the short A, because then we go to the next vowel. And the next vowel that I teach is not E. Even though when we sing the song, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, even though when we sing that song, E is the next one, all right? That's not the vowel that I teach next, all right? I try to not teach it next, and I'll tell you why, all right? Because if I say ah to you, all right, and I open my mouth and I say eh, I'm opening it the same way, all right? The vowel, they're very hard to distinguish between for a small child, all right? So I have found that by going from ah to that they're far enough apart. The sounds are far enough apart, and there are so many words that they learn in the beginning, it and is, you know, that it's just the next vowel that we're going to teach. So I do the ah and I exhaust it, all right? Then I will go to the I, all right? Then I will go to the ah, short O. Then I will go to the short U. Then I will come back to the E, the eh, all right? The E, the eh, all right? Then I will go to the Y when it says E. Because when it says E, it's like the short Y. Because if it says I, it's like saying its name. And that would be like the long. Anyhow, so that's one thing I want you to understand. And then be sure that they work on these word ladders. They're very important to them. Make sure that they have paper so that they can write it when I write it. Because that helps them. It goes not just from hearing it, but it goes from working with it, writing it, knowing it, all right? The other thing is, please go into the alphabet, our sight and sound alphabet, because that's going to help them in distinguishing the vowels and in the uppercase and the lowercase. Anyhow, thanks for sharing your time with me. I just wanted to show you, I'm now going to go and teach the word ladders. They look like this. These are the word ladders. And please, I think that this will help your child a great deal in learning their phonics. Okay.